I hate your stinking guts. You make me vomit. You're the scum between my toes. Love, Alfalfa. Many of us have heard this beautifully written letter from the famous movie Little Rascals, along with other catchy sayings such as, "You've got guts, kid, and trust your guts." But have any of us ever stopped to consider, what even are guts? Today, we will get gutsy as we learn just exactly what our guts entail. Next, we will see if we can stomach it as we discover more about the health of our gut. And finally, we will follow the butterflies as we learn more about our gut instinct. So, do you have the guts to listen? Guts. What are they exactly? Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines them in 3 different ways. 1. Vital bodily organs found inside of an animal. 2. Basic vascular or emotional part of a person. 3. Not based on logic or reasoning, based on emotion. Even though our body is filled with these vital organs, when someone is referring to your guts, they're referring to the organs that play a key role in the digestive process. This includes the esophagus, the stomach, and the intestines. According to LifeScience.com, last updated in August of 2012, our intestines are organs that are coiled up in our abdomen and deal primarily with the transportation of food through the body. Their job is to squeeze the food through slowly. According to Nutrition.gov, last updated in December of 2012, there are 2 types of intestines in our body, the small intestine and the large intestine. The small intestine is a circular tube that when uncoiled is 6 meters long, which is the length of 2 full-size cars when it is uncoiled. Its job is to help break down the food in our body so that our body is able to easily absorb the nutrients it needs. It then passes the food into the large intestine, which is only 1 meter long, but is much wider than the small intestine, hence its name. Its surface is covered in villi and includes the appendix, colon, and rectum. Collectively, all of these parts make up what we know as our guts. So, now that we've gotten gutsy and discovered just exactly what our guts entail, let's see if we can stomach it as we learn more about the health of our gut. Our gut is home to 100 trillion microscopic organisms and contains 10 times more bacteria than all of the cells in our entire body. It is also made up of gut flora. Natural Health magazine, printed in June of 2013, states that gut flora are microscopic organisms that promote natural gastrointestinal function, provide protection from infection, and regulate our metabolism. This makes it extremely important that we keep our gut flora healthy. This could possibly be why Activia is such a popular product in today's age. According to the book Guts by Fox, Ruperts, and Barnes, copyright 2004, our gut is unique in the sense that it communicates with us through all 5 of our senses. Sound. The rumbles and gurgles that roar out of your stomach in the middle of your teacher's presentation are the sloshing of the digestive juices working on that hamburger that the school fed you today for lunch. Combine that with the contractions in the intestines, and you have the result of the thunderous voice of the monster coming out for the very first time to be heard. Feeling. Often after we eat, we may feel bloated or crampy. This is our body's way of telling us to slow down as we are taking in too much food. It may also be an indication of partial intestinal obstruction and Crohn's disease. Sight. Our feces differ in color. Black stool may be an indication of bleeding in the small intestine or stomach, while pale stool, accompanied with dark urine, may be an indication of pancreatic disorder. Taste. Those who suffer from acid reflux disease often may experience a metallic taste in their mouth, which is the result of the regurgitation of stomach acid. Smell. Through the process of passing gas, our body is letting us and everyone around us know just exactly what it is in the process of or has already digested. Contrary to popular belief, neither gender produces a more potent wind. Yes, boys, girls do it too. It all comes down to what was eaten earlier that day. The best way to ensure that our gut remains healthy is to follow the basic of health guidelines. Drink plenty of water, exercise daily, and stay sticking to that nutritional diet. Now that we know that our gut is trying to communicate with us, maybe we should start listening to it. Have you ever had that gut feeling of knowing something's going to happen before it really does? Maybe you've decided to wait just a few seconds longer at that green light than normal to realize you just avoided getting hit by that speeding car. Or maybe you've decided to skip Chef's Choice today at school to later find out that everyone who ate it got food poisoning. Well, if you've ever experienced this feeling, you're not alone. According to the New York Times, printed in 2011, this feeling is known as our gut instinct. Our gut instinct is when our unconscious mind detects body language or other movements in the room that our conscious mind has missed. It then sends a brainwave throughout the entire body that is detected by the stomach. This detection often feels like a funny tingle or a quirky urge in our tummies, according to Jonah Lear, author of How We Decide. This feeling happens much more often than we realize. Chances are it's happening at this very moment. Signs that it is happening include sweaty palms, funny feelings, or sudden or unexplainable certainty. This feeling should not be ignored, but instead thought through carefully. Gerald Genzer, author of Gut Feeling, copyright 2007, states that 90% of the time, this feeling is correct. We should be thinking of why we may be feeling this and put it into rational thought. By doing so, we'll be able to access this feeling more often. And if we've learned anything today, it's that our gut knows best. So, today we got gutsy, as we learned just exactly what our guts really entail. Next, we learned we could stomach it, as we discovered more of the health of our gut and how it's trying to communicate with us. And finally, we followed the butterflies, as we learned more about our gut instinct and how we need to trust it more often. Our gut is an outstanding organ that is vital to our body's survival in more ways than we originally thought. So, the next time you get that flutter of butterflies in your tummy, will you trust your gut?